All right, today we're going to dive into this incredible ancient story. And trust me, it holds a piece of wisdom so powerful, it's like a secret key to staying balanced no matter what life throws at you.
I mean, how do you do it? How do you stay steady through the absolute best days and the absolute worst? We've all been there, right? One minute you're flying high, the next, you've hit a wall. And trying to manage that emotional roller coaster? Whew, it's tough.
Well, it turns out, this isn't just a modern problem. We're talking about an ancient king who had this exact same challenge. You'd think a king, with all the power and wealth in the world, would have it all figured out. But nope. He realized his own happiness was just completely tied to whatever was happening around him. So here was his big dilemma. When things were great, when his armies won a battle, he'd get, well, a little too full of himself. He'd lose his humility. But on the flip side, when things went badly, he'd just sink into this deep, dark despair. What he desperately needed was something to keep him grounded, Something for the good times and the bad.
So what does he do? He calls in the whole brain trust. We're talking scholars, mystics, the smartest people in the kingdom. And he gives them what sounds like a totally impossible quest. He wasn't after more treasure or more territory. What he was really searching for was peace of mind.
And here's the catch. He didn't want some long, complicated book of philosophy. He wanted just one sentence. A single phrase that would be just as true and just as perfect in his best moments as it would be in his worst. I mean, just think about that for a second. How on earth do you find a sentence that fits every situation?
So, his advisors went off. They searched, they argued, they thought about it for months, and came back with nothing. Zilch. The king's just about to throw in the towel, and then this wise old mentor, someone who'd been around forever, even served his dad, comes forward. But he's not holding a scroll or a book. He's just holding a simple ring.
Okay, now the king is curious, right? What in the world could be written on this little ring that all his brilliant advisors missed? What magical sentence could possibly be that powerful but also that short?
And etched inside was the sentence. Just 4 simple words. This too shall pass. And in that moment, the king he understood. He finally had his answer.
So what's so brilliant about this sentence? Well, it's kind of like a master key, It works on 2 completely different locks. It gives you exactly the kind of wisdom you need right when you need it. Think about it. When you're going through a really tough time, hearing "this too shall pass" is like a lifeline. It's that little bit of hope that reminds you, hey, this pain isn't permanent. But then, when you're on top of the world, when everything is going great, it's a totally different message. It's a quiet whisper that says, enjoy this, be grateful for it, because this moment is precious and it won't last forever either. It keeps you humble.
Okay, so this is a great story, but here's where it gets really powerful for us, right now. How do we take this ancient wisdom and actually use it? How do we make our own mental ring? Because, let's be real, the story isn't actually about a piece of jewelry.
The true treasure was the insight, the idea that he could carry with him in his mind at all times. It's a mental ring, an internal anchor that we can all possess, reminding us of the impermanent nature of everything.
So I'll leave you with this to think about. The next time you're facing a huge challenge, or even celebrating a massive win, just take a second. How is this wisdom going to help you? When is the next time you're going to need to whisper to yourself, "This too shall pass"?